はい、仲間に仲良しよがチャンネルのママちんがやるシャーロックホームズチャプターワン、前回の続きですね。前回の続きって言ってもね、何すんだっけ。遺跡調査。私は遺跡調査をしていたはずなんだけど、なんで外にいるのかな。お、なんか出たぞ。どうやんだっけ。お、来たね。ほう。OK。
You're not even trying,
なんで
Sherry.
よ。
Concentrate.
あ、向きの問題。なんか変わった。お、変わったぞ。
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
1体目は風の下級神であるゼピロスを表したと思われる女性の偶異像かな。西を向き果物かごを手に持っている。東を向いている像は風の古代神エウロス、秋の象徴であるカンマ。その2つの像の間にティトゥスとその兄弟ビトスの像がある。2人の強豪特使の姿に関する記述が、獅子の面をかぶり剣を手に戦った。剣と盾を振るった。獅子の兜をかぶった象の頭を発見。それはいい。ここだね。西を向き。西ってどこよ。どっちが西？西。今向いてるのが東だから西を向いてる。西向いてるな。東を向いてる。その2つの像の間にティトゥスとその兄弟ビトスの像の残骸。 2つの間にっていうのはどういうことだろうな。3日後やるしかねえな。
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate. You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate. You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
正解どれ？果物かご持って鎌持ってこっちが西。果物かご持ってる人が西向いてて東向いてる。いやちゃうやろ、こっちは北やもんな。でそっちは西。南でこの人はこれ以上こっちから動かないんだから、
You're not even
何
trying,
が違う
Sherry.
の？
Concentrate.
何が違うの？教えてくださいよ。
It seems
Victor.
everything's in place. Now, let's see what this has to tell us.
墓の場所が明らかになるはずだ。じゃあこれで何が明らかになる？いいまだ。よし。
A box of darts, handy against rodents of all kinds.
OK。牙と鼻は象の科学的な記述が最も詳細な形で書かれた動物学のベストセラー。捕獲された状態と野生の状態の象の生態がさながら百科事典のように解析されている。非常に危険になるという象の繁殖期について書かれた書は極めて重大である。象のことをなんでこの人が。ダイアリー、個人的な日記。自分の生活と調査について非常に詳細な記述を行っている。そしてさらに日記には発掘現場をめぐってそういう人とセオドア・ギルデンが対立したことが。 相変わらず金で不満を抑え込もうとする脳のシワを買うことができるそのちっぽけなので対局を見ることができるだろうに。何のことだ。建設始め数ヶ月、やつには美しい建造物を想像するの。象牙の浴槽などバカバカしい。
Hey, what do you think you're doing?
青
Trying to take over my research, are you? I come here to pick up my diary and I find you snooping around. Explain yourself.
Mr. Swift, if that were true, I would have been on my way to the newspaper. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I didn't have a chance to introduce myself properly.
Outrageous! You deceived me, sir. What is the reason for your being here? Who sent you, Mr. Holmes?
Theodore Gilden's premature death brought me here.
Theodore is dead? How can that be possible?
I'm thinking of all the possibilities, and I'm not crossing out anyone who might have been involved. Even his elephant. The land you're excavating belongs to Mr. Gilden, does it not?
Did I hear an accusation? I have nothing to hide. You can ask me whatever nonsense you've prepared as a token of my diminishing respect towards you.
Very well, Mr. Swift. I appreciate your cooperation. When was the last time you saw Mr. Gilden?
A couple of days ago, we discussed the site. I believe in the tomb and its secrets. Theodore's patience was stretched, however. He was already inventing new projects. It wasn't a long conversation. I suppose that his daughter will inherit everything now, along with all of the eccentricities and problems.
And not forgetting Goliath.
Eccentricities and problems, Mr. Holmes. One of many.
Were you at the site this morning?
Affirmative. This project is taking a lot of my time, as you see. I spend more time underground than on the surface.
When did you learn about Theodore's death?
Just now. You just told me.
And you aren't surprised, shocked? I won't tell anyone if you shed a tear or two. Weren't you partners, after all?
We were. And it is a real shame. But I've seen too many deaths in my life, Mr. Holmes, for the news to truly shake me. Will you allow me to return to my research? Or are you insisting on remaining an obstacle?
Oh, I haven't even started yet. With this book, you attempted to plan an attack on the elephant?
Your insinuations are out of place. Goliath is a frightening animal. All I wished to do was to understand the creature. As any scientist would do, I researched, analyzed, and drew conclusions.
And what conclusion did you draw?
That Theodore Gilden made the animal miserable. He couldn't provide the proper environment for the beast. My interest in the subject ended there.
What's with this box of darts? Is it for a scientific argument?
A little darker than that. Rather for killing the kind of rodents that might nibble a nose or a toe in your sleep.
Let's just say I have to protect myself against a larger animal, such as an elephant. Might it be enough to stop it, make it faint?
If I were you, I wouldn't bank on it.
どれだ？証拠。
I'm a busy man. Moving on.
だよね。
I'm a busy man.
Did this plan cause a rift in your business relationship with Theodore Gilden?
Nothing like that. Admittedly, we didn't share a common vision of what is more important, the past or the future. In my opinion, we can't build a future without knowing the past.
So you wanted to save the tomb of Vitus here, or perhaps your control over the research?
Only the knowledge that rightly belongs to humankind, nothing less and nothing more. I've nothing to add.
What's with this intricate recruitment process? Pro-British workers charge less?
As a head of this organization, I need to secure a productive environment. It's impossible to do so if there are political differences, especially here, where the native population doesn't support our efforts to find the ancient artifacts.
Decent pay can also stimulate productivity and shut down any political discord. Hadn't you thought of that?
You're young. You have time to fritter and fight with everyone you meet. I don't have such a luxury. Our workers receive enough pay for what they do. So don't start a discussion you know nothing about.
口答えて。
You have a weakness for nostalgia? Or, rather, do you use it to record a list of enemies?
Young man, you need to check your moral compass. Reading another person's diary is a sin in every culture that I can think of.
But you aren't answering the question.
You've already read it. Why bother? I simply record my life to keep my memory clean from misinterpretation. Letters and pages don't lie.
But the writer of the text can.
Moving on.
As far as I can tell, you're a man of the academic world, so this book about Nabe and Laura is just an empirical study?
What? That nonsense? I'd prefer to lose my eyesight than read such trash.
So, you know nothing about it?
I know nothing. I wish I'd never heard of it in the first place, this caricature of science.
Do I hear traces of envy? You're still relatively young that you might find your own Laura.
Perhaps I envy Nabe, for I cannot simply blow people up for distracting me. That's all. You happy now? Wonderful. I'm a busy man. I've nothing to add.
もう全部見てい
Your
くしか
partner
ない。
had a very specific attitude towards the things he treasured. Was this habitual for him?
That would have been too much even for him. Don't get me wrong, he had a harsh temper. Like a true businessman, he was ready to burn his competitors to the ground.
But threatening someone physically would have been something new even for him, am I correct?
Absolutely. Besides, I had never seen him this angry. The fellow who received the letter must have been extremely alarmed.
いっぱいあるな。
I'm a busy man.
Remember one of the rules? It seems that you didn't return a tool. Is this knife yours?
Do I look like a fellow who carries a knife? I don't need it.
There are plenty of uses for it on the site, and outside of it.
I have other people to cut ropes for me, Mr. Holmes.
Gilden's elephant is quite an unusual addition to Cordona's fauna. What is your scientific opinion on that?
No matter how much Theodore loved it, it still remained a wild animal trapped inside a stone pen. Goliath needs savannas, fields, lakes.
I'm sure that Goliath did not have a plan to kill his owner to head to the savannas. What do you think?
No, animals don't kill in a typical sense. I can only presume that it tried to protect itself from captivity, from Theodore. It was a gilded cage that was predestined to break.
さあ、あと何個だ。
Moving on.
でしょうね。香水の瓶、それもない。
Have you seen this person before? The one beside Imogen Gilden?
No, but he's with Imogen, so I suppose that he's a friend of hers. That girl always has her head in the clouds. I could have said Theodore was different, but that wouldn't have been entirely true.
Away with the fairies, was he?
That's one way of putting it. Either way, I don't know much about Imogen's life or her friends. The type of elite that pretends to be educated.
はい。長かったですね。すべての証拠は収集したらしいです。あ、間違えちゃった。 すごいいっぱい。これは今喋ってきた内容でいいのかな。 OK。 じゃあここだね。それはゴライアスかもしれない。セオドはポールを破滅させようとした。ポールは小屋にぶつかった可能性がある。謎の第三者。アーサーは小屋にぶつかった可能性。アーサーは事件現場にいた可能性。こっちでしょう。ああ、行き過ぎた。象の責任者であると会う人間みんなが口を揃えている。試練の時。いやもうこうでしょうね。これが正解だと思う解釈を選択して、くしゃみ。いやアーサーって誰だっけ。バズーカ電気じゃないんだって。アーサーが教授の方だね。アーサーが教授の方。私はポールだな。
Be swift.
あと何するんだっけ。あれまだなんかやることあった？ あ、なんか開いた。ハウスをする人は自分のそれができなくなることを避けたかった。それはそうなんだけど、くそむずいな。ゴライアスを探そう。調査手帳、これだね。OK、じゃあここですね。どうやって、はい、といった感じで長くなったかな。どうだろう。本日はここまでとなります。次回はね、ゾウさんを探しに行かなきゃいけないようなので、ゾウさんを探しに行きたいと思います。それじゃあまた次回お楽しみに。バイバイ。
みんな最後まで見てくれてありがとう。チャンネル登録、
Twitter のフォローもよろしくね。
それじゃまたね。